What's up, everybody? This is Robert Richelling in Paradise. Back with another album review, the last one for the month of June, before we do the best albums of the year so far list, which will be next weekend. Today I'm reviewing the new one from Shadow of Intent, Imperium Delirium. I gotta go over who Shadow of Intent are. Shadow of Intent is a deathcore band from Connecticut. They got some members based out of Rhode Island as well. They formed in 2013. They have two original members. The lineup is Ben Dewar on lead vocals, Chris Wiseman on guitar. Those two are the only original members. Chris Wiseman also has another band called Currents, which is kind of more on the octane core side of things and stupid butt rockish metalcore. Bryce Butler on drums, who has been with them since the last album, Elegy, which came out in 2022, and Andrew Monias on bass, who has been with them since the third album. So here we go. I gotta go over the album now. Imperium Delirium is the fifth album from this band, released on June 27th. Artwork done by Mr. Dan Seagrave, who you all know did the art for the first two Suffocation albums. He did the art for the Left Hand Path album from Entombed as well. I think he did Dismember's first album as well, Like an Ever-Flowing Stream. The art for that one. Anyway, let's get started on the track listing. There are 12 songs. First track's called Prepare to Die. Right off the bat begins the whole dark, extremely deadly sounding moments there, because most of their lyrics are based on death and war and depression. Flying the Black Flag, that was one of the singles. I think that was the first single that came out late last year, early this year, something like that. A great lead-off single. Infinity Horrors, that was another single that dropped. Really dark album. I know by the way, the band's name is based on that ship that was in the Halo first-person shooter games, and their vocalist Ben is a fan of the franchise. Yeah, Infinity Horror is really dark, and obviously another dark, sort of depressing track. Mechanical Chaos is the latest single, kind of a dystopian sounding track. I think it's the shortest song in the album. Yeah, it is. They Murdered Sleep is the fifth song, another deadly sounding track. It's another song about death. I believe the song is about killing people, I believe. Facets of propaganda. They are the sixth track in the album. It's obviously about death and also propaganda. Next is the latest single, Feeding the Meat Grinder, featuring George Corpse Grinder Fisher of Cannibal Corpse. It's an anti-war song, and obviously showing sentiment toward Hamas because of that war in Israel. And I agree with that sentiment, because seriously, fuck Hamas. They've caused so much harm lately down in Israel lately, and there is a literal war in Gaza. And yeah, I also want to say one thing. Netanyahu is a fucking monster. So yeah, Vehement Draconian Vengeance, another war-themed track. Beholding the Sickness of Civilization, another dark one. And another deadly sounding track. Apocalypse Canvas, I believe it's about Israel, about that war in Israel. No Matter the Cost, extremely dark. Got some of those choirs, got a bunch of orchestration on there. By the way, the person handling all the orchestration is Francesco Farini. He's from Flesh God Apocalypse, and a lot of the songs do sound like Flesh God Apocalypse mixed with Septic Flesh. And the final song, the longest one, is Imperium Delirium. Starts out with a piano intro that sounds very similar to Flesh God Apocalypse. And you got Ben Dewar going, sounds like Spiros from Septic Flesh, doing that that sort of thing. That little demonic growl that he does in there, which is like that. Yeah, one thing to know is they are going on the road this autumn, but they are on one of the worst tour lineups ever, as they are touring with Lorna Shore and the Black Dahlia Murder, which I wouldn't mind seeing the Black Dahlia Murder, but if I want to see the Black Dahlia Murder, I want to make sure that the band on that bill Black Dahlia Murder is on is worth seeing. I do not want to see them open for Lorna Shore. Lorna Shore is a fucking terrible band. And deathcore, I do like some deathcore, but Lorna Shore is one of the worst bands ever, and it's not. And with so many breakdowns in there, you got the pig squeals going on. At least it's not like Chris Barnes doing that sort of thing. But yeah. Anyway, the show Intent album I actually enjoyed. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. It's a great album. That'll do it for now. I'll see you later.